Hi, dear learners. Welcome to our channel, Cabis Oxford. It's an English language institute founded by former assistant professor Dr. Kuhan Gurwa, Department of English, Khaza Yunus Ali University, and Newcastle University College, Chattogram. And today you are going to enjoy learning English language with Kukan sir, and it's me. Okay, teachers and technicians of language all over the world start their teaching language in different ways. So, as a technician of English language, I have also created my own way, which is really very fastest, easiest, and most formal way of learning English language. Especially for all types of learners of English language, I have designed a few patterns, and among all the patterns, this one has been designed to show you as an orientation class on spoken English or English language, or you can say learning English. And from my point of view, I usually like to start with tense. Without starting with tense, it's also possible to start with others, but I think that this is the best way of starting point. You know, learners of English actually try hard and soul from the very beginning of their life. That means I actually want to mean you here students who are in primary level, you can say class 5 or standard 5 or 6. From then they try to learn tense and they actually memorized. They practiced a lot in their classroom, traditional classroom, and in this way, they learned one time in class 5, and by the way, another time in class 6, and up to intermediate level, that means 12th class. They struggled hard, one year after year, learning tense, and they learned. Although they learn tense grammatically by following their teachers' class in different classes, teachers' technique in different classes, and even after finishing 12th class, when they go to honors level, at that time also they can get some tips of learning tense. Even after completing masters, they try once again to remember or review whatever they learned in different classes when they were junior. Although they learned struggling hard for a long time, they actually are not fit or don't feel comfortable using tense structure when they want to apply them for framing sentences to make communication with others. So that's why I think that you may be learners of primary level or secondary level or higher secondary or even the higher level of education. Or you may think that you have already finished your educational level even up to higher level and you are now have been job seekers. or you have become a job holder now, or you are a businessman, or whatever you are a great professional like doctors, engineers, or any other types, businessmen or lawyers, whatever you are, you may face difficulty. Sometimes you need to take a long pause while speaking, or you are not confident in yourself. Why you need to face difficulties, uncertain difficulties like this? Because although you learned a lot, you didn't follow an easiest, lucid and flexible system. That's why you are not confident and you are making a lot of mistakes, and ultimately you may lose your confidence. That's why I have designed such patterns, such few patterns that will really very helpful, flexible and very easiest to learn English language or to improve your proficiency a further level. Okay, now I think I should not waste time more, and I am just turning to the point. From today's orientation class, just I am going to show you some easiest techniques. Here you see, tense is of three kinds mainly. You almost all know this. And all the three tenses are present tense, past tense and future tense. You know, and each tense has four aspects. In some grammar books, they don't mention, the writers don't mention aspects. They mention subdivisions or kinds. So, as each tense has four aspects or four kinds, so there are three tenses. So, 3 into 4 means 12 kinds of aspects or tense, you can say. So for the 12 kinds of tenses, there are 12 kinds of auxiliaries, and I have enlisted all the 12 kinds of auxiliaries in these boxes. Here you see, present simple do does, past simple did, for future simple shall will, and for present continuous, am is are, first continuous was a, future continuous shall will be, and for present perfect, had or has, first perfect had, and for future perfect shall have will have. And finally in the last line you see, for present perfect continuous tense have been, has been, for first perfect continuous tense had been, for future perfect continuous tense shall have been and will have been. And I think you have got the idea why I have placed 12 boxes here to show you the auxiliaries clearly. You need to know them. You need to practice them to keep in mind. Because only when you need to communicate with others, you need to use them in different places according to the sentence requirement. Okay. Now here you see, this is the subjective pronoun. You know, subjective pronouns are 8 kinds traditionally. Among 8 kinds, so the actual figure of pronouns are 5. So what are the 5? Subjective pronoun, complement pronoun or objective pronouns, and possessive adjective, possessive pronouns, and reflexive or emphatic pronouns. So I have only added here, I have already shown here only the subjective pronouns. Here you see I, we, you, he, she, they, it. So why you are two? One is for singular and one is for plural. And I have decorated or placed here in different categories. Here you see, for first person I, we, for second person you, for third person he, she, it or they. But in the above line, above 3 boxes are singular and the below 3 boxes are plural. Okay, for asking or finding out the third person singular, I may ask someone, okay, what's your father? He may answer, my father's name is Javed. Okay, now, how many people are talking here? Obviously 2. So, I am asking first, that's why I am the first person, and you is the second person, that means he is the second person, as I am asking him, what's your father's name or something like that. So what we are talking about his father. So his father is the third person. As his father is a male, we can use he pronoun. If he is female, then we should use she. If we are talking about any friend or any other thing, we can use he. So what is third person singular? He, she, it, or he, she, or it. And for third person plural, they. But I am not actually telling here plural. I am talking here about the third person singular. Okay. Now, so I think you have understood this. These are the auxiliaries and these are the subject pronouns. And here in these boxes, I have enlisted only 8 or 10 verbs here. So you need actually more verbs. 10 is not enough. You need to know something more. Okay. Here, most of the grammar books, English grammar books, all over the world, you can see only 3 lines. And actually the authors of those books did not mention simple or simple. They mention only present, past and past participle. I think those, without mentioning those lines are incomplete. And my one is complete. I have collected this pattern from Cliff Story. But these are the complete, these lines are the complete here. You see verb 1, present simple, verb 2, first simple, verb 3, first participle, and verb 4, present participle. Here you see write, wrote, written, writing, drink, drank, drank, drinking, wear, or, on, wearing, speak, spoke, spoken, speaking, sell, sold, sold, selling, buy, bought, bought, buying, learn, learned, learned, learning, draw, do, drawn, drawing, hear, heard, heard, hearing, sing, sang, sung, singing. For learning tense, especially for active and passive voice, we need to use these 4 lines. That's why I am telling these 4 lines are complete. But if we say only present, past tense, past participle, those are incomplete. Why? Suppose in present tense there are 4 types of aspects: present simple, present continuous, present perfect, present continuous. But if you mention only present, so what does it actually indicate? Is it present continuous? Is it present simple or perfect? That's why this line will be used only for present simple, and the second line will be used only for first simple. Okay, now here you see 1, 2, and 3 point you got. Now I am just going to show you here how 24 types of tenses can be made using only those 4 lines or 4 forms of principal verb. A list of principal verb with their necessary forms used in forming tense in active and passive voice. You know, I have already told you tense is of 3 kinds and each has 4 aspects, so there are 12 kinds of tenses. So all the 12 kinds are active, but there are another passive voice. So because voice is of 2 kinds, active and passive. So if we get 12 kinds of tenses for active, and there must be another 12 kinds for passive. So there are 24. Just I am going to show you how you can make 24 types of tenses by using these 4 forms of principal verbs. Now here you see tense pattern 1. I have designed for 3 simple tense in active voice. So 3 simple means present simple do does, past simple be, future simple shall be. PS means present simple or present indefinite tense. Subject plus B1 means power 1, that means present simple. Plus extension. Extension means if there is anything left. Don't write object here. All the sentences actually do not have object, but there may be extension or not. So subject verb B1 means verb present simple form, present simple. So I, here is example, I write letters. Present simple, I write letters is here extension. For first simple, PS means first simple, subject verb to this line. So write should be changed into wrote, here wrote, verb to. Okay. For future, here is it. Subject plus shall or will. It's possible shall or will, here you see. So in the modern English, we are in the habit of using will for all the subject. Traditionally, most of the teachers or the users of English use shall after first person, but it's possible to use will for all. Okay. Now that's why subject plus will, verb 1 means present simple. I told you this line is only used for present simple, but in English, actually grammarians actually do not do not show any example of using directly future simple. They suggested using shall will future simple can be made. So I have done so here. I will write letters. That means this line will be used for two tenses, present simple and future simple, and this line only for first simple. So I think you have got these two lines are used for making three simple. The first line present and future, and the second line only for first simple. Now we have left only two lines, verb 3 and verb 4, and now here you see tense pattern 2. I have designed for three continuous tenses in active. Now PC means present continuous tense, M is a first continuous tense was a continuous shall be. Here you see subject plus M is a plus B4 means verb in present participle form. Example here, I am writing letters. I auxiliary M is a 1 from 1 auxiliary from M is a verb in ing form is verb 4. Letters means extension. In the same way, for first PC, first continuous tense, subject was here. So I is the subject. I was writing letters. And in the same way for future, future FC means future continuous. Subject plus shall be will be. Here you see, I shall be possible, but I have written here I will be writing letters as well. So I think you have got second line three continuous tense pattern 2, and I have used here verb 4 for present. Okay. So now we have still left 6 tenses. 3 perfect tense here you see. PP means present perfect. Subject have or has auxiliary. Plus verb 3 means first participle form. An extension here you see. I have written. I subject have auxiliary. Present perfect auxiliary. Written is the verb 3 form. That means first participle form. An extension. For first PP, first perfect tense, I had. Had is the auxiliary of first perfect. I had written or gone or seen equals see an extension. I have written letters. And for future, subject shall or will, shall have or will have. Then verb 3. Here you see, I shall have or will have written letters. Now, still I have left 3 tenses. Here you see, that means with this one, this verb 4, I have made 3 tenses, 3 perfect tense. Sorry, I have made verb 3, I have made, that means using first participle form, I have made 3 perfect tense. And here I have still left tense pattern 4. I have designed with 3 perfect tenses, have been, has been, had been, shall have been, will be. Here you see, PPC present perfect tense, subject plus have been or has been plus verb 4 means ing form. That means present participle form. Then extension. In the same way, PPC means past perfect tense, subject plus had been here you see, and verb 4 plus extension. And FPC means future perfect tense. Here you see future perfect tense, shall have been, will have been. Here you see, will have been or shall have been plus verb 4 extension. That means there is no example, just I am telling the example here. I have been writing letters. I have been writing letters. I will have been writing letters. Now, I think you have got or you have understood clearly how 12 kinds of tenses can be made using auxiliaries, subject, active form, and main verb. That means a list of principal verbs with their necessary forms used in forming tense. Okay, so there are 12 kinds of tenses. 3 simple means from the 3 simple, present simple and future simple, we can use this one, this line, present simple. For first simple, here you see, we should use verb 2. That means 3 tense are used using 2, verb 1 and verb 2. And perfect tense, that means 3 perfect tense are formed using verb 3 first participle. Then we still have 6, 3 continuous tense, verb pattern 2, tense pattern 2, and tense pattern 4. For all the 3 continuous and for all the perfect tense, we use verb 4, that means present participle. That means there are 6, 3 continuous, 3 perfect tense. That means tense pattern 4 and tense pattern 2 we use with this. Right. I think you have understood clearly. And yes, although you have understood, but we have finished only 12 kinds of active voice. And I also told you here, we have still left passive voice 12 kinds of. For 12 kinds of passive voice, we need to use verb 3, first present form. You may ask me, if you use only the first participle form for making all the passive voices, all the 12 kinds of passive voices, then how we can identify the tense? Yes, tense can be identified by using the auxiliaries, and those will be discussed elaborately in our later classes. Now, your duty is to ensure by using these two, verb 2 and verb 1 and verb 2 for 3 simple, and verb 3, that is first from 3 perfect tense, and verb 4 for 6 continuous tenses, 6 normal continuous tense and 3 normal continuous tense and rest 3 for continuous tense. And that's all. I think you have understood clearly, very easily, okay, and very lucidly. If you really attend or notice our lessons serially or continuously one after another, I can guarantee you, you must improve yourself further. If you are the new learner, no problem, you can start learning very easily and lucidly and flexibly. But if you are the middle, no problem, you can improve yourself further. And if you are a teacher, or if you are the higher level of students or learners, or if you are a businessman or service owner, I told you earlier, you can also be benefited by following our lessons. So that's why please subscribe our channel Chemist Oxford for getting our newer and newer lessons one after another. Thank you. See you next.